How I found out. My son was suffering in silence and took a stand. My son has always been a quiet kid, gentle, kind, and full of imagination. He loves drawing, writing, and telling me small stories about his day at school. Every night before bed, he writes in his little blue journal. It's his habit. Something he says helps him remember the good days. One evening, after he had gone to sleep, I noticed that same journal left open on the table. At first, I smiled, thinking I'd see something funny or sweet. But as I began to read, my smile disappeared. He wrote, "They called me names again today. I tried to tell the teacher, but she just told me to ignore them. They pushed me near the locker and laughed when I fell." My hands started shaking. I turned the pages, one after another, each one filled with quiet pain. He had been writing about it for weeks, and I had no idea. The next morning, I went to his school immediately. I met the teacher, the principal, everyone I could. I told them everything, every word my son had written. They nodded politely and said, "We'll look into it," but nothing changed. Days turned into weeks. Then one day, my son came home with torn sleeves and a bruise on his arm. He tried to smile, pretending it was nothing. That's when I knew I couldn't stay silent anymore. I went back to the school. This time, I wasn't calm. I demanded answers, but all they said was, "Kids will be kids." That sentence broke something inside me. How can a school, a place meant to protect, ignore a child's pain like that? I started gathering proof, screenshots from messages, notes from other parents, and every single page from his journal. Then I contacted a lawyer. I didn't do it for revenge. I did it because my son deserves safety. Every child does. And if the school won't protect him, then I will. Now the case is ongoing. The school is finally paying attention, but it came too late. I am just overreacting or protecting my son. What do you think?